Happy Pride, everyone. Good morning. I'm Cook County Commissioner Kevin Morrison. I represent the 15th District in the Northwest Suburbs and couldn't be more excited to kick off this Pride Month with all you here this morning. I want to thank everyone for coming out today to kick off this Pride Month by raising the Pride flag that represents all LGBTQ plus people. Pride started as a protest. It was a fight to be seen and to be safe, to be who we are and to love who we love. This Pride Month will celebrate the beauty and richness that we as LGBTQ plus people bring to our communities. We'll also continue to fight because we still are not all seen or safe. In the last year, more transgender people have been murdered in the city of Chicago than in any other U.S. city. That is unacceptable, and justice must be had. In March 2022 alone, 2 black trans women, Tatiana LaBelle and Elisa Mallory, were found dead within 24 hours of each other. The violence and systemic barriers faced by our trans siblings, especially black trans women, are unacceptable, which is why we need to do everything in our power at the county and at all levels of government to proactively support the LGBTQ community. Just in my district alone, in the last 2 years, there have been several cases of anti-LGBTQ incidents and hate crimes. A village in my district even went as far as passing an ordinance to restrict the raising of a pride flag. And although this is just a flag, and we have other serious issues facing our communities to fight for, including healthcare access, employment, and housing, this flag tells all the young LGBTQ plus kids and adults out there that you belong here. We see you, and we love exactly who you are. That is more important than ever when we see government officials across the country pushing anti-LGBTQ plus legislation, restricting life-saving healthcare, and the ability for LGBTQ plus people to exist and feel safe. I was proud to be the first LGBTQ plus person elected to the Cook County Board in 2018. I said at my swearing in that it took us 187 years for LGBTQ plus folks to have a seat at the table, but we're here now. I've been proud to continue to advance legislation to better the lives of LGBTQ plus people in our communities by updating our human rights ordinance to be more inclusive, pass the Gender Inclusive Forms and Documents Ordinance that allows for trans and non-binary folks to accurately identify themselves on government forms, and to continue to bring up issues at the board facing our community. In the great queer tradition, we will celebrate our community this month, and then we will continue to fight. Thank you, and happy Pride. And without further ado, I am happy to welcome up to the mic our County President, Tony Preckwinkle.
Good morning. I'd like to join Commissioner Morrison in welcoming and acknowledging the elected officials and community leaders who have joined us. Commissioner Donna Miller. Where is she? Iris Martinez, Clerk of the Court, thank you. Zahara Bassett, Executive Director of Life is Work. Moni Ruiz Velasco, Deputy Director of Equality, Illinois. And I'd like to acknowledge David Jones, who's our sign language interpreter. Thank you all for joining us for this flag raising and day of celebration. Chicago has a rich history of moving the needle through sustained and passionate activism, and the LGBTQ plus history is no exception. Whether you look at the Gerber Hart Library and Archives, the Windy City Times, the Legacy Project, or any of the powerful advocates who have and continue to call Chicago and Cook County home, our residents have always been on the front lines fighting for visibility, equal protection, and recognition under the law. I see a direct line from that historic advocacy to today. Though Chicago has long been home to the LGBTQ LGBTQ plus community, we know it has taken decades and many passionate leaders in the community to get where we currently are. Slowly but surely, however, we've made progress as a state, as a city, and as a county. On every level of government, in partnership with dedicated advocates, we've seen historic shifts in the way we practice inclusion in our institutions. From ensuring that our marriage certificates reflect the people we serve and how they identify, to ensuring that the Cook County Human Rights Ordinance protects all Cook County residents, we have much to be proud of. Every human being should feel safe, included, represented, and be free of harassment and discrimination, no matter who they are, what their gender is, or how they identify. And while we're proud of that good work, we also recognize that there is much left to do. So we raise this flag today in honor of Pride Month. Please know that you can count on Cook County as a partner in the work ahead and to remain committed to fostering a county where all LGBTQ plus individuals are welcomed, safe, and celebrated. Let the celebration continue all month long. Thank you very much.
I would like to welcome up Cook County Clerk of the Circuit Court, Iris Martinez.
Thank you. Good morning or good afternoon, everyone. I, too, stand here in solidarity with our Madam President, our two commissioners, and, of course, our guests, and standing in solidarity with our community. As you know, they live among us. They are part of our families. They are our neighbors. They're in our churches, and we have to make sure that they are respected. We've seen too many violent crimes against transgender, and that has to stop. So today, I take great pride in being part of the flag raising because Cook County is a friendly LGBTQ county. And for that reason, will always stand in solidarity with them and making sure that we are asking and really saying to everyone out there, we need to respect a community that is part of our community, that are fabric of this wonderful Cook County. So I am very excited about raising that flag today and introducing and making sure that it's Gay Month, it is Pride Month. We have to make sure that we celebrate with them in their culture and everything that has to do with the families that live in our communities. Thank you.
Next, I would like to welcome to the stage Cook County Commissioner Donna Miller.
Thank you so much. Good morning, everyone. I'm Donna Miller, Cook County Commissioner of the 6th District, and I represent the South and Southwest suburbs. I really want to thank the President's Office for inviting me here today, as well as Cook County Commissioner Kevin Morrison for initiating this important day of raising the flag during this ceremony. As an African American woman, I reject discrimination in all of its forms. Hate has no home here in Cook County. When we see the violence committed against the LGBTQ community, just like all other forms of violence, we must reject it and we must stand united to fight against it. That's why I'm honored to be here today in support of the LGBT community and look forward to once again participating in the Pride Parade this year. I started participating in the Pride Parade in the late 80s. Why did I do that? Because it was part of my community. My friends were there. And that's what all communities stand for, us standing together, being with our family, being with our friends. And this year, when we focus on the rich pride and diversity we have here in Cook County, this is just a symbol of it, raising our flag. It's our diversity that makes us great. I'm proud to be a lifelong resident of Cook County, where we have so many diverse cultures, and in my district really represents diversity. And we look forward to doing the same out in the south suburbs. Thank you again, and it's my pleasure to honor those in our community.
We're excited to have so many of our allies here at Cook County with us, but now we have two leaders up next who are fighting the good fight here in Illinois. We have Zahara Bassett, Executive Director of Life is Work.
Thank you all for sharing space with us today, and I thank you all for standing in solidarity with us, Madam President. Thank you, County Commissioner. I am Zahara Bassett, Executive Director of Life is Work, a Black and brown trans-led social service agency located on Chicago's West Side, where we provide guided case management, advocacy, and activism for people to find safe residential housing, employment, and legal support. We have been in service since 2017, starting our Meals for Christmas, feeding over 300 people across the Chicagoland area. We are currently sitting with over 69 people on our caseloads who are looking for services and resources across the Chicagoland area. We have built the infrastructure ourselves off the backs of our ancestors, Marsha P. Johnson, Sylvia Rivera. We need your assistance to continue to help us help us. As we sit on Chicago's West Side, we have sat and watched many Black and brown trans women be senselessly murdered across the city of Chicago. We have seen you all come to stand with us, but we need you to do more. We need complete follow-ups on Tatiana LaBelle. We need complete follow-ups on my dear friend, Elise Mallory, who I happen to know personally, who worked in the back offices, making sure that we were in places. I love a good quote from Madam Justice Ginsburg. All women deserve to be in places where decisions are made. I want to add to that and say all trans women belong in decision-making places. I thank you all for having us. Continue to support. Continue to stand with us, not just today, throughout the year. Thank you for being comrades, being voices for us when we are not in spaces that people are not allowing us to be. Thank you for opening those doors, but it needs to be more doors open, and we need answers. We don't just need you to come out and give us lip service. We want complete follow-up on how do we get to being as equal as everyone else walking these streets. We all share, again, the same thing in common as being human. We are human. We deserve a right to be us. We deserve a right to wake up in a place that's equitable for us to live. We deserve to have families. We deserve to breathe. And we will not be silent. I thank you all again, and please have a nice day. Happy Pride, everyone, and celebrate, rejoice, be yourselves, and again, be a comrade for us when we are not in the room to speak up for ourselves.
Next up, I would like to welcome up Moni Ruiz Velasco, Deputy Director from Equality, Illinois.
President Preckwinkle, Commissioner Morrison, thank you very much for including us in this beautiful ceremony today. My name is Moni Ruiz Velasco. My pronouns are she, her, ella, and I'm the Deputy Director at Equality, Illinois, the statewide LGBTQ civil rights organization. First and foremost, Pride is a protest, a demonstration against the continued discrimination and violence that LGBTQ community faces daily. Pride is also a celebration of the gains our community has made against all adversity, where we celebrate our beauty, our joy, our families, our full rainbow diversity, and our power. Pride is also a time of remembrance of our ancestors, those who fought the battles that cleared the way for us, especially Marsha P. Johnson and Sylvia Rivera, without whom none of this would be happening today. Two women of color who really led the way. This Pride Month, this Mes de Orgullo, as we call it in Spanish, we call on each of you to stand with us. At a moment when our rights are under attack, when the Supreme Court could undermine our rights to marry, our right to love who we love, we cannot take any of this for granted. We must continue to be visible, to work closely with our strong allies in government, and most importantly, to organize. The LGBTQ community, my community, is beautiful, diverse, and resilient, and we must also live and love with joy. As poet Tony Darracott said, joy is an act of resistance. So this Pride Month, we celebrate and we resist with joy. Thank you.
Again, I want to thank all of our guests for being here with us today and being part of this fight. Happy Pride, and now it's time to raise that flag. Thank you.